Hey everybody, what's up? It is 8 o'clock. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Pivot Shift Ahead. Thank you so much for choosing to be here. Maybe you got the email that said the Zoom room is open at 7:30 and you haven't been on in a while, or maybe it's your first time on. Thank you so much. Put it in the chat. Is this your first time on Pivot Shift Ahead? We're thankful you're here. I'm not going to call you out or make you turn around and shake hands with your neighbor. I just want to know, is it your first time? Or maybe you've been gone for a while and you're back and better than ever. Put it in the chat and let us know. Hey, I'm back. I haven't been here in a hot minute, but I decided to pop in. Let us know in the chat. I appreciate it so much. If you're an Inspire member, maybe you got a text this morning that says, hey, just get on the pivot call today. Why? Because we're committed to helping you grow and get better, have a fantastic business and a fantastic life. Last week we did Momentum Week, and it was something that you loved. I got so much feedback on Momentum Week, so we'll do more theme weeks coming down the pipe. But if you missed it, you can watch the entire series on my YouTube channel. I also posted about a 90-second recap of it on my Instagram this morning at James D. Shaw. So if you want to see the recap of last week and find out what are the 5 things that tend to hold you back and how can you push through them, James D. Shaw. Also, Julia, who works with me, she's my social media person, my digital content person, the official Gen Zer of the JDS EDU team. She is taking over my Instagram stories today, and she wants you to go converse with her. So go to James D. Shaw on the Instagram and check it out. All right, so today, what are we going to do? Well, over the weekend, did you see the post I made inside of Pivot over the weekend? I'll show it to you in a minute about how important it is to make sure you schedule time off. Then I saw some notes from Gary Keller's mastermind that he did with some of the top producers in KW, where he also talked about how important it is to take time off. And now we're, of course, entering summer. School gets out for Naomi this week. You've got your summer vacation, but it also tends to be a pretty busy time in the business. So how do we balance it all? How do we make sure we get our time off in, all that kind of jazz? We'll talk about it here in just a minute because it's important. In order for us to have a great business, we got to take care of us too. But before we do that, a couple of tell me something good. Cheryl, good morning.
Good morning from Las Vegas. So I just wanted to say how much this group means to me. I had the opportunity to have lunch yesterday with Jenny Newmeyer, who was here from, in Las Vegas for the first time in her entire life. And James, because of you, all of us are forging these relationships that are just words can't describe it. So thank you. It was a great day.
The key to this community is getting engaged in it. That's the bottom line. When you are active on the call, if you're an Inspire member and you're active on that, when you come to our stuff, you build these relationships. How many of you have gotten referrals because you're part of Inspire or come to our events? Put it in the chat. And how those referrals have helped you be able to get some deals done that you wouldn't have been able to get done otherwise. So there's so much value in this community, Cheryl. Thanks for showing it. And Jenny, I'm glad you two got to meet up. Josie, good morning.
Good morning. I have two kind of quick things. So I was in Florida all weekend. I was in Cape Coral and Port Charlotte, so I did not reach out to the people who I know are in the other areas. But I never got so many comments ever on a story than the frog that happened to join me in the shower. I'm still traumatized, but you never know what people are paying attention to. Okay, so just post in your stories,
There
people,
was a
because social
frog in your
media.
shower?
There was a frog in the shower in Florida. Yes, it
Okay.
was attached to the body wash and then it jumped onto the wall. I screamed where you could probably hear me 3 counties
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like the size of my hand, okay? Like a little frog
Okay.
I could have.
That's
I am
not
not
normal
joking.
thing here. That's not a normal thing.
Listen,
That's
listen,
got yeah, that's
listen.
fascinating. I'm glad
I've
you
never had
survived.
so many stories in
We'll
my,
have to
yeah.
check that out. Hey,
But
Kathleen. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh,
Go
I was
ahead,
just gonna
Josie.
say, so the other thing was just I came back to this card from Crystal Salavin, who I met at family reunion. I think that's the only time we've met so far, but we've stayed connected. Family reunion last year, I believe, and she just sent me a card that said, "Thank you for being me." And so, the relationships that we make, and just the small touches, like the
Love
most
it.
beautiful thing. So
All
I
right, we
came
got
back.
time for one more, and then we got to get after it. We're running a little bit behind. I want to get it done. And Melissa, I don't see your hand up very often, so I'm going to give you the last one. So go ahead, Melissa.
Thank you. So we took a play right out of Keith O'Hare's playbook last week and did a big giveaway. We received 504 opt-ins with contacts, and I set 4 listing appointments last week, and we have 42 people committed to our next home buying seminar from that.
Okay, that's great. I'm going to put the session we did with him in the chat. It's a really smart way to add people to the database and get connected. He does this giveaway. It was, whoops, sorry. There you go. He does a restaurant gift card is what he does. Is that what you did, Melissa?
No, we did. We've done it twice now. Last year we did one to a big farm with Christmas lights. We did like some, and it was too much with our holiday light fight, so we
Yeah.
decided to do a summer package giveaway to our local water park.
That's good. I've just put the link in the chat on both chats to watch the video from Keith. Melissa, I'll hope to see you here in just a couple of weeks. We're
You
doing our
will.
3L intensive in Wilmington, which is going to be a ton of fun. So I'll see you at that.
We can't wait. We're excited.
It's going to be great. All right, let's get after it this morning. So I trust that you were able to take some time over a long holiday weekend to do some relaxing and recharging and staying on mute. And I want to show you, I posted this inside of Pivot and on my Instagram at James D. Shaw, but I'll show it to you from right inside of Pivot that says, you know, in this business, hard work is important, but so is rest. And that's why we teach this 1-3 strategy from our friend Jordan Freed that we learned from Jenny Wallach. One non-real estate day a week, right? I get that, you know, a traditional 9 to 5 Monday through Friday is not how most of you run your world, that you work more than 5 days and you work more than 8 hours in a day, but you want one non-real estate day each week. You want one 3-day break each month, and you want one 7-day vacation each quarter. Now, vacation doesn't mean you have to pack up your stuff and go anywhere, and I also think vacation doesn't necessarily mean that you aren't working during that time. I think you're going to take some calls and do a handful of things, but you're going to also take time to pause. And then I said this, and this is key. This is not a luxury, it is a strategy. It's a strategy because time away helps you recharge, avoid burnout, and reconnect with the people who matter most. And then I talked about that this past weekend was a great time to do it. In fact, most months have a 3-day weekend built in. Then I saw from Gary Keller's mastermind notes, and thank you to William who posted them in there, or Wilson who posted them in there. Gary Keller's mastermind notes, he talked about the importance of taking time off. Then if you pull up the One Thing book, the One Thing mentions it too, and they give you strategy on how to do it. They said if you want to, this is page 164 of the One Thing book, to achieve extraordinary results and experience greatness. How many of you want that? Just if we just pause right there and you put it in the chat, do you want extraordinary results and do you want to experience greatness? So then listen to what Gary tells you. Number 1, block out these things in the following order. Number 1, block your time off. Number 2, block your one thing. And then number 3, block your planning time. He says, extraordinary successful people launch their year by taking time out to plan their time off. Why? They know they'll need it, and they know they'll be able to afford it. In truth, the most successful people simply see themselves as working between vacations. On the other hand, the least successful don't reserve time off because they don't think they deserve it or will be able to afford it. By planning your time off in advance, you are, in effect, managing your work time around your downtime instead of the other way around. You're also letting everyone else know well in advance when you'll be out so they can plan accordingly. When you intend to be successful, you start by protecting time to recharge and reward yourself. Block out long weekends and long vacations and then take them. You will be more rested, more relaxed, and more productive afterward. Everything needs rest to function better, and you are no different. Have you ever had that with your computer was on for too long and it's slowing down, and so you just need to shut it off? Everything needs rest. So I want to strategize around it because I know there's people on here who haven't had time off in a long time. Someone even commented on my post. She commented on my post. Let me go back to it. And I think this is a common thought. Most of you won't post it, but you think it. And she said, whoops, hold on, sorry. This is a great call, newest. All right. Oh my gosh. She posted, it's well worth the wait, I promise. There we go. She said, I'm with you on this, but I just don't want to miss that call. I'm with you on this, but I just don't want to miss that call. So many of us are worried that we're going to miss some miraculous deal that falls from the sky because we turned our vacation. We did our vacation or I don't know, didn't work for a half a second. And you do deserve it. You do deserve time off. Let's talk about it. Donna, why don't you start us off? Good morning.
Sorry, you surprised me there. Thank you. Good morning. So yeah, this resonates with me totally. And it was actually my MAPS coach who said to me a long time ago, "What's going to keep you from achieving your goals this week?" And I said, "Ugh, I'm going to go to another dog show," which is my passion. I mean, that's what I live for. It's what I've been doing for 34 years. And she said, "Well, you're always there. Why don't we roll that into your business some way?" It was life changing. So when I say that I work between and around dog shows, I'm serious. And tomorrow I'm driving to Sturbridge, Massachusetts to sit ringside and watch Cocker Spaniels and learn about them. And while I'm there on purpose, I will also be networking. And in terms of missing that call, I found out that my phone works at the beach. It works ringside. It works as I'm driving from here to there. It's magical. You can do both. You can find your passion and follow that and still have a great business.
Thanks, Donna. Hey, Beth, good morning.
Well, good morning, James. Thank you so much. I realized last year that I didn't take the time off. The only time off I had was around business trips. And so this year I've tried to be really intentional. And honestly, I missed your post this weekend because I put my phone down. I was with family and friends. And I am so ready to go this week. And I had this revelation that if I plan some of my time off around holidays, most people are taking their time off then too. And so it was just a little easier for me to get into this rhythm. So I'm already working to take time off around July 4th. Um, and the rejuvenation that I feel from just having 3 days of not really paying attention to my business is amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. There's a section in 4,000 Weeks, Beth. I don't know if you picked it up, but Oliver Berkman, who's coming to Elevate next year, and he talks about this Swiss study that there's this common um, time that like everybody in Switzerland has all the same time off, and they talk about how happiness goes up during that time, and that when you take time off at the same time that other people take time off, then your anxiety goes down because not only are you enjoying time with other people because they have the time off as well, you're not worried about what's going to happen to your inbox and because everyone else is off at that same time. So I would definitely encourage you as you think about some time off, that leverage the time that traditional employed people have time off. So that, yeah, the anxiety level goes down just a little bit. Beth, thank you. That's a great share. Elaine, good morning.
Remember in Inspire, we had that summer challenge and we were talking about taking time off. And last night, I purposely asked my family, would you like to play cards or would you like to play a game tonight? Because I've been noticing as I work all the way until I go to bed, I can't go to sleep because
right.
I think it's the screen is too bright for my eyes. So we actually sat down and played Uno, me and my daughter and my husband. And it really did help my eyes and my body sort of detox before I went to sleep. So I went to sleep as soon as my head hit the pillow. And I think that if we all just take a little bit of time right before, and some people plan their next day, some people set out their clothes. I think we just need less screen time for our brains. So our brains aren't always so wired and stressed out. But
We need
that's
time off
my
during the day too, right? We've got to be able to step back during the day. Elaine, thank you so much. I like that a lot. Jim Barber, good morning.
Hey, James. Yeah, for me, I love this time of the year because typically before 8 o'clock in the morning, I've gotten my run in or gone to the gym, gone fishing, and been on the pivot call. So it's a wonderful time, and that's how I recharge my batteries. And then, I also set the expectations on my voicemail. If somebody calls, they get my voicemail message. It says, if you call after 7 o'clock, I'll return your call the next day. That time is for me and my family, or my family and me.
I like it. I think the what that requires you to do. So you're being on purpose with purpose, Jim, right? You've got your schedule laid out. You know we're going to get stuff done. And here's the deal. The reason that we feel guilty or undeserving to take time off is maybe because we didn't get done what we were supposed to get done when we were supposed to do it. So if we're on purpose with purpose and doing the stuff that we should be doing at the time we're supposed to be doing it, then stepping away doesn't feel as guilty. I'm thinking about adding to the points tracker, Inspire members. You know how we can go out and get 30 points a day? I'm thinking about adding a category that says day off, 30 points. And it can be used once a week. And you can just, this is my day off. My 30 points today is day off. So that you recognize, A, you should take the time off, and we'll give you 30 points for that day. But then the other times, you've got to be on purpose with purpose. Give me your thumbs up or thumbs down thoughts on that on the chat. But I think we're going to add that to the tracker. An off day, 30 points, check the box. It's once a week. You can use it, and then boom, you're done. George, good morning.
Good morning, James. Regardless of how old you are, the time off is critical. I've always been, and one of my, I guess, problems is I've always considered myself a ridiculously hard worker to get ahead. You know, I've had to work those long hour days. I've had to really be totally committed to everything, and I've always considered to myself being a hard worker would get me ahead. Yes, you have to work hard, but you have to work smart as well. And I don't consider myself overly smart, but I have now taken the time, to actually take days off. I do take that one day a week, regardless whether it's a Friday or a Sunday, and do absolutely nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I didn't leave my house yesterday. And so I think we have to really put it into ourselves that hard working is not going to make you succeed, because hard work isn't all that's required. So anyway, that's my share.
Well, it's focused work, it's doing the right things in the right moments that matters. And then when you talk about age, George, the study in 4,000 weeks, where they looked at the Swiss, said that you've got the book, said that even retired people who were retired saw their happiness level go up when everyone else was off, even though these are people who don't work for a living anymore. So we got to take time for ourselves. Alicia Strickland, good morning.
Hi. We went to the beach this weekend for Memorial Day weekend down in Charleston, South Carolina to see my son. And I noticed I was getting a lot of texts with one transaction in particular. And I finally just said, here's the contact for this guy. Here's the contact for this person. You guys work it out, because it's not making sense for me to be this middleman. And my husband was like, why do you keep talking on your phone? Like, we're at the beach. It's time to take time off, and nothing's going to explode while you're here. So I had a great weekend, and I realized, I have a lender and a listing agent that both have office hours on one of these transactions, and I'm like, well, they can stop at 5, so can I. So just
It's true. They'll always be there for you tomorrow. You can always pick it back up then. Again, we're talking about being focused. See, this summer, I think if you want to be successful, if you want to be able to hit all your goals and take the time off, is that what I'd love for you to do is sit down and think about what needs to happen and when should it happen, and then just live as close to that as you possibly can. There's going to be variations, there are going to be fluctuations, I understand, and yet live as close to that as you possibly can. I don't want you to get so rigid that nope, I'm on vacation, I can't respond to this. I think sometimes you probably do want to respond. Like in your case, you said, hey guys, here's who you need to talk to, y'all figure it out, and you're still on the beach. The perception of your family was that you were working, but you were actually delegating. I'm cool with it. That's fine, as long as you're not picking that phone back up constantly. So we're going to have to do that. But I also, again, want you to think about, like, if today's a work day for you, the 27th day of May, 2025, a Tuesday morning at 8:19, if it's a work day for you, work. Go do what you've got to do to get stuff in the pipeline so that you can step away. And then your one non-real estate day a week you can take without guilt. Your 1 3-day vacation a month or break a month you can take without guilt. Your 7-day break every quarter you can take without guilt, because you know that you'll go back and get after it. And when you were after it, you got after it. So go do that. There's more we could talk about on this, and we'll do it again. We do one of these calls about once a quarter. But today, just go. This is my advice for you today. When we're done with this call, go sit down and block out your 3-day breaks for the rest of the year. And if that seems daunting for you, just do it through the summer. Do your June, July, and August 3-day breaks. And then go, if you don't have your 7 days off set for Q3, which starts in July, then go schedule it. And if you do, then go schedule your one for Q4. That one's easy. It's the easy time. You can do Thanksgiving week, you get the holidays in December, but go block that time off and then work around that. instead of trying to squeeze it in. And here's the other thing I'll tell you about a trip, about a vacation. You do deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. You have only 4,000 weeks on average. And the 4,000 weeks should not be spent, all 4,000 of them, in the community that you were born in and still live in today. Get out there, go see something, go experience other things, go do things with your family. And if you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, this won't feel bad to you. All right, go get after it. I love y'all. Inspire members. Oh my gosh, noon Eastern today. We're going to learn from Pat Straley, 40 years in the business. I bet she takes time off. She also talks to her database. Peace out. You got your inspiration. Go put in the perspiration. Bye.